One of the tastiest flowers out here in the desert comes from this bush, and these flowers are all dried up now. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, this whole area of desert would have been yellow with these flowers, and they are very, very sweet. Oh, hey, these are starting to dry up. Well, these are still good. See? One of my favorite springtime desert foods. Good stuff. Very sweet. Like it's got sugar in it. Again, you might think this is a little weird. Who cares what you think? Yum. Oh yeah. Good stuff. You see that? Not hallucinating yet. Not sick yet. Not dying yet. Yum. Not gonna puke because it tastes disgusting. It doesn't. Yeah. Good stuff. Man. Who would have known? Prickly pear flowers. Anyway, grocery store foods are a convenience. You don't need grocery store foods. Everything you need to eat grows right out here in the wild, and it's free. You can pick what? Hey, I found this growing from a cactus, so I'm eating it. Okay, and here's a piece of saguaro that's been, well, it died. You see, inside the saguaro, there's a rib system that you can use for all kinds of things. You can use it for building, for construction. People think there's no wood out here in the desert. Really? Hit yourself on the head with this. You can use it for like a spear or an atlatl or whatever. I want to point something out. I've walked only a few hundred feet out into the desert from where I parked my car. Which is pretty random because I could have done this anywhere in the lower Sonoran desert, almost. And within this short time, within this very small distance, do you see all the food I've pointed out? Everything except water, and there's water out here too. You have to walk a little farther for that normally, but everything else, it was here within just a few hundred feet, a few hundred yards of hiking in the desert. Okay, so I'm pointing all this out to you because right now people are so worried about what's happening to the economy, and everything is going to go to hell and fall apart, and oh no, what am I going to do? Everybody's going poor, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and all this stuff. And do you see a pattern here? I'm in the desert, okay? I'm in a place where it's consistently in the summer like 115 degrees. It hardly ever rains here. There's food all around me. I haven't even gotten into medicines because I'm not an expert in medicines. I'm just showing you here. Look, here's what you eat. I just parked my car and walked a few hundred yards and showed you, Palo Verde, and obviously the same applies. There's ironwood beans, and there's mesquite pods, and almost every cactus that grows out here has food on it or is food. And just, it's endless. Oh yeah, and flowers. There's several different types of flower species out here that are also edible. There's food everywhere. This right here, and it doesn't matter what region you're in, where you live, as long as there's something growing, this is God's natural grocery store and natural pharmacy. There is no such thing as poverty unless you have complete faith in the monetary system and the system that the bankers and the politicians have set up. where you're supposed to work for money and then pay money for everything you need or want, and then they get a cut from that money. If you have absolute faith in that system and you cannot break yourself free from that system, yeah, okay, you're in trouble when everything falls apart. But if you realize that you weren't created for that system was designed by man, not by God, everywhere around you, everything you need, and quite a lot of what you would want to make you comfortable, it's all here, it's free in nature. You don't have to pay a dime for it. You do have to break some laws because it's illegal to live free in the system that they have designed to force you to be their slaves, to pay a percentage of all the product of your labor to them. It's a slave system, okay? So it's illegal to be free, okay? But at this point, just be free. Look at this giant barrel cactus. All right, again, like normal, it's twisted and angled and pointing south, okay? Tell the barrel cactus, not so much, like in this case, this is bizarre because it's so fat and filled with food and water. Everything inside here, unlike a saguaro that has a rib system, this has no rib system. There's an outer system of little curved, flat, red, spiky things, you know, your cactus needles, and a waxy skin that's really tough and really waxy and useful for some things. And inside that, it's all food and water. If you cut away, which isn't as hard as you might think looking at it, you have a good knife. You could use a stone knife for this, you know, to cut away the, you know, some of the spikes, and you cut into it. Okay, that is all watery, juicy, raw food. You don't even have to boil it, nothing. It's clean, it's raw, it's good to go. Or you can squeeze the water out of it into any container. You see, there's even water here. Everywhere around here. So you've got food, you've got water, you've got building materials to build a house out of, or some shelter. You've got shade. You've got everything you need to live right here within a few hundred yards radius of a typical lower Sonoran desert wilderness. This is typical. This is not abnormal. I didn't come out here because this was a good place to, you know, to show you some weird stuff you won't find in most places. This is normal. And wherever you live, where you live, it's, you know, there's different foods and there's different sources of water and shelter and whatever, but it's all there and it's all free and it's all around you. So stop thinking like a slave to money and to bankers and to politicians and start thinking free.